Hi everyone, welcome back to Berich Podcast. So we are continuing the podcast video via stream. So if the audio and video clarity is not up to the standard, kindly bear with us. We'll soon post the videos from the studio, and you will have a better view experience. So this session is going to be a Q&A session, and a viewer has asked about how to plan for his child education. So the question is, how much sum has to be invested or saved monthly so that my child can do PG by 21 years from now? Anyone have an appropriate idea on how to battle with inflation? So, what is your advice to this viewer? Because we can give more appropriate answer if the viewer posts complete details about what they want and how can they plan. What are the details which the viewer has missed in this question? And general answer I want to say to the viewers is how can they plan their child college education when their child is about to start their education?
Okay, so I'm going to take a few assumptions into consideration. Okay, I'm going to assume this person is like you. He's probably planning to have a child or has just had a child. This is the first plan, right? So someone who's right at the beginning of this. So the child is joining LKG or is just born, so he's thinking ahead. So let's say he's got around 15 years time period, or since he's saying 21, right? 21 years time period.
For PG is
So
asked.
yeah, postgraduate that is, right? So basic degree he'll do in India.
Yeah.
Postgraduate he's going to go abroad. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's assume he's got 20 years. The baby is just born, so he's got a long runway. And let's say monthly he starts putting 25,000 rupees, right? And Nifty gives an average of around 12%. And over a period of 21 years, he can expect to save around almost 3 crores, 2.84 crores. He will have ready for his child to go study abroad.
Okay.
Now, 2.84 crores today sounds like a lot of money. But 20 years from now, 2.84 crores would push inflation to that point where it will be around paying 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs today, a year, that is. So if you're paying, let's say, for education, you're going to spend 3 to 4 lakhs a year now. So let's say you do a PG for 2 years, including your accommodation, everything put together. Today you'll spend 30 to 40 lakhs. So 20 years from now, that will cost you around almost 3 crores. A little less than that. If inflation continues the way it's continuing. It's hard to predict these things in certainty, but you'll be pretty much covered. So now let's flip this around and say your child is, let's say, in 10th standard. Right? Now only you woke up to the fact that you have to worry about the child's education, postgraduate. Right? So now let's say 2 years your school finishes, then another 4 years, let's say he's doing engineering. So that's 2 plus 4, 6 years. Let's say 7 years from now, he needs the cash. Right? 7 years from now, if you put 25,000 rupees every month, you will have around 32 lakhs. So the way I would suggest you look at it is find out the cost for education today. If let's say today your child is going to study abroad, and let's say it's going to cost you every year 12 lakhs, that means you can estimate so many years from now. You have very good inflation calculators. So let me calculate inflation. Let's say current cost for education is 12 lakhs and inflation is at 6%. 7 years from now, that education will cost you around 18 lakhs per year. So then you can do the math. So you can say, okay, if the course is 2 years at 18 lakhs, 7 years from now, I would need around 35 lakhs. So if I need 35 lakhs 7 years from now, I'll have to put around 25,000 rupees a month into a Nifty. So same way you can calculate. Let's say using the same calculator, let's say 12 years. So your kid is studying in second, third standard, and you have 15 years time frame. You can calculate with the same thing. 15 years, 12 lakhs a year will be costing around 30 lakhs a year. So that means you need around 60, 70,000 rupees. 60, 70,000 rupees 15 years from now, you'll need to put around, using a SIP calculator, you can calculate it out. You need to put around 18,000 rupees a month.
Okay.
If you put 18,000 rupees a month for 15 years in a Nifty index fund, you'll have around 90 lakhs, which would cover the cost. So by using these various calculators, seeing how much inflation is going to push to your cost of education, because you've not mentioned all your details. So that's why I'm giving all kind of vague answers, because you have not shared details. If you had shared details, I could give you more specific answers.
Yeah.
But since you have given not much details into the calculation, I suggest you get online, see how much your child's education is going to cost you today. Use a inflation calculator, put inflation 6%, 7%, see how much it's going to cost you those many years from now. So then you know amount of money you need to have by that time. Then it's simple working backwards and seeing, okay, how much do I need to put using a SIP calculator every month, how much I have to target putting. And that will give you a rough idea if your goal is reachable. Because sometimes what you'll realize is when you do this kind of calculation is you'll realize, okay, it is too aggressive what I'm trying to do. Let's say your child is in starting college now. You only have 3-4 years and you need to save that kind of money. That's a lot of money you'll have to invest
Yeah.
in a very short of time. You cannot create that kind of wealth. So compounding at 12%, the fastest you can double your money would be 6 years. So let's say even you have a lump sum and you put that money in, let's say you put 20 lakhs. In 6 years' time, that 20 lakhs can become 40 lakhs
Okay.
at 12%. So you have to mix and match. So my advice would be to get yourself a financial planner, someone you can discuss this with, advise a financial advisor who is SEBI registered, who can tell you on how to invest. But remember, don't go to LIC, don't go to banks. Okay, they'll have all this child education policy, unit linked policy. All those guys are taking your money, okay, and they're swallowing it and investing only a little bit in the actual market, and they're taking most of it as profit, and they give you very little back in return. For that, you can go invest in the market directly yourself. So you want a financial advisor who tells you, passive fund, which ones you can invest in. My advice would be Nifty 50 would be great, because if you have anything over 5-6 years time period, Nifty should be giving you enough returns and secure returns, because you don't want to take your child's fund and put it in something risky. You would like to keep it in something not too risky. And Nifty 50, I would say, is the least risky to be in. And passively, if you keep investing, you can create enough money for your child's education without any problem.
Okay.
So the point is, to all the viewers, all of us suddenly think our child has come education, we need to pay tomorrow. You had your child long ago. As soon as you got married, you knew you would like to have a child. You and your spouse would have discussed this. So my advice is always start early. Even before you discuss getting married, start a child fund. If you're young, you're not married, but you want to get married and you aspire to become a father, create a child fund today. What is the worst come? You don't get married, you don't have a child, you still have the money. You can think of in spending it or investing it on something else. But if you start early, the advantage is, the amount which you have to invest is much less and gives you far more flexibility when you, like I said, if you're investing 12,000, 10,000 rupees now and you invest it for 25 years, you'll make 3-4 crores. That will take care of any educational need your child has, even you will have at that point of time.
So you have said that he can start investing 25,000 per month. Lot of viewers investing 25,000 is a big amount, and with the uncertain job market, that too for next 25 years, how can they plan their investment?
Yeah, that's why I keep saying you have to start early, and you should pick a figure which you can work with. So if you have enough time, let's say you're 22 years old and you're not married, you will need to only get married and have a child and education. You have a lot of time to start investing. So you start investing even 5,000 rupees, 25 years from now will almost be 1 crore. 5,000 rupees, I think, is manageable. But do realize how much ever you can invest now, you start. It'll help you that much. You may not be having all the money, but that much less money you will need. That's the nice thing about savings.
Okay.
So start small. No problem. And you can always expand. It's not rule like you start at 2,000 rupees, you can't make it 20,000 rupees 5 years from now. Let's say job market is improved, you manage to get a promotion,
Yeah.
and you're doing very well. You get married and your wife has got a very good job. Then you can change from investing 5,000 rupees every month. You can make it 20,000 rupees at that point of time. There's no rule like you cannot change that amount. Or like you said, you start investing 20,000 rupees, you lose your job, can't invest 20,000, make it
Yeah.
2,000 rupees for some time. So it's flexible. It's not a fixed amount. So be kind to yourself is what's most important.
Okay. So I hope that this video is informative. And if next time when you are asking the question, please post the complete details. At least the basic details will be enough to answer the questions more efficiently, so that it will be helpful for you. So if you found this video informative, please share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel for more videos. See you in another episode with an interesting topic. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.